But anyways, yes, big week, big Sunday, big weekend of sports.
Oh, yeah.
And of all the storylines that hit, outside of what happened on Friday night, which we'll get to later in the show, the biggest one to come out of the weekend has to be, without a doubt, that epic comeback in Denver. The Denver Broncos come back to stun Jackson Dart and the New York Football Giants. They were trailing. They hadn't scored through the first three quarters, okay? They were up by 18 points with 6 minutes to play before yesterday.
5 minutes to play.
NFL teams had lost 1,602 consecutive games when trailing by that amount of points with that little amount of time. And yet, Bo Nix did Bo Nix things, accounting for 4 touchdowns, 33 points in the fourth quarter, and the Denver Broncos prevail 33-32 over the Gigantes.
As usual, Rob G buried the lead. If you were my reporter and you turned in a story about the Denver Broncos and not the New York Football Giants, I would send that story back. Because that story was not about the Denver Broncos at all. Zero, zip, nada. It was about the New York freaking Football Giants who choked down a colossal game. 18 points with 5 minutes to go had never happened. I'm going to mirror this to one other situation. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's when the Knicks lost to the Pacers with 2:43 to go, and they choked down that lead. Guess what happened? It cost, call me Mr. Tibbs, his job. Tom Thibodeau was fired after that, and I told you, if you can't get fired off of that, you can never get fired. Brian Daboll, pack your bags. Your life as head coach of the New York freaking Football Giants is over. Are you kidding me? This is not the first time this year. He mishandled the game against Dallas, and it cost him a game. That's 2 freaking games this year by him alone. Are you serious? Denver, my ass. I don't care what Bo Nix did. I don't care. Because if the Giants did what they were supposed to do, how do you rush 3 men and let the quarterback have all day? Of course he threw for touchdowns. There was no pressure. How do you turn a great quarterback into a mediocre one? You apply the pressure. You're rushing 3? Come on, Kelvin. You know football. That's why the players walked off. You neutralized them. Oh, but there are 8 guys out there in the DB, so no.
You don't get nobody that much time.
Thank you. I don't care who you are. And guess what? People run themselves open. They know where they're going. It's hard on the defense. You know why? Because they don't know where you're going. Are you kidding me? Brian Daboll, pack your bags.
Well, Brian Daboll definitely is texting you. You know my theory. He is at home right now updating the LinkedIn page. He is up now talking to his agent like, yeah, what you think? Anything else out there? Because this is an epic collapse. We know that. Rob G just mentioned 1,600 times. You can't be the first of something to happen 1,600 times. Now, we know the first is going to happen in anything in life. That's why it's the first. However, you don't want to be the first that it happened to. And this is the other thing, too. This is the second or third time that we've seen Brian Daboll have meltdowns on the field. Remember the whole blue tent issue and yelling at a health person like, man, what did I do?
Yelling at a doctor.
Yelling at a doctor who's just trying to check up on your, could be a star quarterback. And he's doing his job. And so you can feel the pressure on Daboll. You can see the pressure mounting on him. He's overthinking, he's overcorrecting, and he's not inspiring his team in the sense that there's no way you're supposed to lose this game where you allow them. If they score 20, I get it. That happens. People score, have a hot fourth quarter. 33 points can't happen in the fourth quarter, and especially when somebody on this show said the Giants have the best defense and they're going to be the best team in the NFC East. His name is Rob G. Talked about their defense.
No, that's why Rob G wants to talk about Denver.
No, I am going to get to Denver on the other side of this, but that's just that's a horrible loss for a team that had a chance to be building on something, right? That had some chance to be building
That's
momentum.
a huge win. That would be a huge win.
Again, nobody has expectations, except Rob G, that they're going to be anything. But you get a big win like that against a team people have, huge playoff aspirations for. You feel good. Your young quarterback, your young running back doing some things. You got some mojo going out there. So that's a big letdown from your coach It's a big letdown for the team, and he's been having these meltdowns the last 2 or 3 weeks that is starting to make, I'm imagining, folks in New York look at him and question him as a head coach. The only other thing I will say, what the heck is up with the Broncos where they're supposed to be Sean Payton, a Hall of Fame coach, Sean Payton is an offensive guru, and they can't freaking score. If you take that fourth quarter away in the fourth quarter against the Eagles 3 weeks ago, but 2 weeks prior to that, they have 16 points in 3 games. So I am concerned what the heck is going on with the Broncos that they're supposed to be, again, an offensive juggernaut with Sean Payton. And prior to the fourth quarter, they had 16 points if you take away that fourth quarter and the fourth quarter of the Eagles. So something's up with the Broncos, but they found their swag, and it reminded me of an even greater version of J.J. McCarthy. Remember J.J. McCarthy was trashed the first 3 quarters and then went crazy in the fourth quarter earlier in the season? Week 1, I believe it was. That's what it looked like. But you can't lose. There's no way you can lose that game. And there's no way I want to lose the momentum that I'm building with this young core of mine if I'm Daboll and the Giants.
No doubt. I mean, what a bad day for the New York Football Giants. Just another disaster. And I'm telling you, it's like that Knicks game. Like after that, they lost that.
Yeah, this is
it really like it's equivalent because both of those are historic collapses. Like in that Knicks game, they're up 1-0 against Indiana. Do you know what I mean? Like that changes everything. And not only did they lose that game, they came back and followed that up. And here's the other thing: if you're ownership or whatever, dude, didn't we just see this with the Cowboys when they allowed the Cowboys to tie it and beat them in overtime? This is not the first time. Anybody who watches the New York Football Giants closely, there's no way you look at that and go, well, it was a one-off. It's not a one-off. Enough already. Brian Daboll, look at his his last 3 years. Whatever they won, 11 games or something? Like, seriously, it's been awful.
And last point for me, too, Daboll, part of being a head coach is controlling both sides of the ball. And you mentioned it. You're giving up points. They're supposed to be good defensively. And you give up a bunch of points to Dallas, let them come back. You give up all these points in the fourth quarter. So it can't just be like, oh, well, he's the offensive guru. Look what he's going to do with Jackson Dart. It's like, no, you're a head coach of the entirety of the team. Special teams, defense, offense as well. So that's a game you need to win to beat a good team in the Broncos who have been struggling offensively the last 3 weeks. Again, they've been disappointing as well. The Broncos, I'm not high on them like everybody else is. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.